Guys, today's video is going to be a little bit different than what I do usually. We are going to react to a series of tweets that I've seen on Twitter. Now, I know that most of the times on this channel, I always talk about, most of the time I talk about tactics, strategies that you can implement for your Amazon business, things that you can implement today. This is not going to be the case with this video. However, I believe that it is one of the most important videos that I've made on this channel, and this is the video where you are going to learn the most impactful things that I shared on this channel so far. Because when you run a business, when you learn some things, the things that you can implement day to day are not necessarily the most important things that you can learn to really make the most progress. And I think that the lesson I'm going to share with you today will impact you in the impact will be will be broader than just Amazon. It will impact your business life, but also other areas of your life. So I was just scrolling on Twitter and I saw this guy. There's on Amazon Twitter, and I just have a private account on Twitter. I'm not right there tweeting, so if you see someone, it's not me, but Amazon Twitter is really, really toxic, and there's a lot of dramas, not big dramas, but there's a little bit of drama going on this week because a lot of Amazon and arbitrage creators are butthurt because they do not have the following that they want to have, and a lot of them realize that they suck at creating content and they suck at getting an audience for their courses, right? Because they are trying to sell courses, and it feels like this is what's happening right now with this guy. No, I just discovered this guy a couple days ago. He's actually a really big seller, so go ahead and follow him. But I think I should say that do not get butthurt. If you are a big seller or whatever, do not get butthurt if people don't follow you, if people do not get your course, and if they prefer going with smaller sellers, people that may not be as accomplished as you. But it is not because someone is not as accomplished as you that they do not have valuable stuff to share. No, of course, there's a lot of scammers, especially with Amazon. But still, it is not because someone is not at the same place as you are that they do not have anything valuable to share, right? So let's read a little bit, and I will put this on the screen somewhere so you can read it at the same time as me. So to paraphrase, basically he is pissed off because he sees ads for Amazon courses, and I don't have an Amazon course to sell you. I don't know if I'll make one. I really doubt it because I'm just lazy and it's really a lot of work and I do not want to do that. Maybe I'll do, maybe, but I don't think so. But yeah, basically he's pissed off because he sees a lot of ads and he purchased course to see what other people were selling, what was in their course, basically. And so he purchased dozens of Amazon courses, and he saw that it was basically, there was a lot of trash, and he's pissed off because he is trying to sell his course, but nobody is buying his course. A lot of buyers are really hesitant to buy his course. And basically, he's pissed off because he's saying that they have so much to learn. They are trying to sell a course, but they have so much to learn, so for him it does not make sense. But I'm pretty sure that even if he's a big seller, I think he's making 5 million a year. Even if he's a big seller, he still has some stuff to learn as well. He's still learning every day. You never know everything. So this is not because you don't know everything that you do not have valuable stuff to share. I think it's the third time I repeated this today, but this is something that people need to get over, because to add to this point, most of the time, and almost all the time actually, experts are bad teachers. Experts are usually not good teachers. And I can see that in myself. I'm not an expert with Amazon. I'm doing pretty good. I'm not an expert, but I'm an expert at other subjects. For example, I'm not going to give you an example because I do not want to seem like I'm bragging, but in other subjects, I'm an expert at different subjects. Amazon is not the only thing I do. There's stuff that I understand better than Amazon. There's stuff that I do better than Amazon. And I do not feel like I could teach this stuff, because when you are so far ahead, like, for example, like if you are really, 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 really far ahead of the person that you are trying to teach, you are out of touch with their reality, and it's going to be really hard for you to understand their problem and really help them fix their problems. This is why a lot of researchers, like if you actually went to academia, a lot of researchers are really bad professors. And like a lot of, like for example, a lot of great teachers that I had were in high school regarding history, regarding mathematics, regarding stuff, because they know to teach and they understand you. They've been dealing with you. But when you get a guy like a researcher who's doing research every single day on really, really complex subjects, it's really hard for them to teach you like basic stuff, because for them it's just common knowledge. For them it just seems like it's just common knowledge. You should know that. And I feel that on some subject, when I'm trying to explain some subjects, for example, stuff that I studied or stuff that I've done in my life, that I did really well in my life, it's really hard to explain them to someone that's just beginning, because you're just so out of touch and you do not understand what is hard about it. And for that reason, it's really hard to give the student how to say that, give him the thing that will make that will click, that will make, like, because sometimes the thing that will help you understand the subject is just that a little piece that you're missing, and someone that's really, really far ahead from you will not be able to transmit this to you. And for that reason, I'm gonna give you the example. When I started doing Amazon, when I started doing arbitrage, I did not only watch video. I did not buy any course. So straight off the bat, I did not buy any course, but I spent a lot of time watching videos of people that were just starting, and small vlogs, that not even people that have YouTube channels today, but that were just basically doing random vlogs, stuff like that, and showing their journey. And I learned way more. I'm just thinking, there was a black lady. She was pretty young, and I remember she ungated some stuff with, I think it was with Costco receipts. Costco or BJ's, one of those big, like kind of between wholesale and retail stores. And I learned a lot she was not even a great teacher. She was not doing a lot of money on Amazon. She was probably doing like maybe I don't even think she was doing 1,000 a month on Amazon. But I learned so much from her, because even for me right now, I know that I am so out of touch with what a beginner is doing, because with someone who haven't created his account yet, I'm so far ahead of them that it's really hard for me to put myself in their shoes, understand their problem, and be able to create content revolving around what they are facing on a day-to-day basis. And this is why the content I make, I try to make it as from the point of view, which is, this is what I'm doing, or this is what I've done. This is a problem I faced. This is what I've done to fix this problem. Or, for example, a video I released last week, which was, I'm doing, basically the whole premise of the video is, I'm doing 30,000 now a month. Here's what I'm gonna do to hopefully get to 50,000. Here's my game plan. If you want to do the same thing, if you are 30,000, if you want to do the same thing, try to do the same thing. Anyway, I'll do it myself, and in a couple of months, I will come back to you and tell you what I learned in the process. This is what I'm going to do best, and someone having the same problem as me, it can give some ideas to someone having the same problem as me. Same thing, I tried to make a video on how to go from $0 to $10,000, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that I forgot to tell you about, because I'm so far ahead of this as of today that, like, it's really hard for me to remember what it was like trying to get my first sale, because as of today I'm doing 35, 40 sales a day on a slow day. Not even a day, but on a slow day I'm doing 35 to 40 sales. So it's really hard for me to put myself in the shoe of someone trying to get his first sale and being stressed about investing $40 to pay for the membership, paying $20 to get Keeper. It's really hard for me to understand that and to see that it's a problem. No, I see that those things can be problems a beginner is facing, but I'm pretty sure there's 1,000 of stuff that I do not even see, that I totally forget, that I do not even see, that I could talk about, but that I don't think about. And for that reason, I just don't talk about it. So I believe that you can learn from anybody. Do not totally disregard someone because he's just starting. There's still something that you can learn from this person. And once again, experts are usually bad teachers. So, of course, you should look at experts to see what they are doing. And I believe it's really good to look at experts to really understand their philosophy and to really understand the big picture. But there's things on the day-to-day that you are facing day-to-day that they do not understand anymore. And that I do not understand anymore either. Because a lot of you are just beginning, are getting your first sale, because I talk to some of you, and I see that. And then I can answer some questions, but it's really hard for me sometimes to put myself back in the shoes of someone at the same level as you. And I wanted to tell you this story because I learned arbitrage on YouTube, but this is not the place where I learned the most about the subject. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the story of this guy. His name is Tony. And if you've been in Miami Beach, this is where I live now. If you've been in Miami Beach, you've probably seen that guy, whether you came in vacation or you lived here. You've seen that guy because he was on Lincoln Road at the bus stop right next to the CVS. He was there and he had this. By the way, I haven't seen this guy for years, but he had his. So if you don't know, the bus works right there in the United States or in Florida. I'm not sure how it works in other states, but basically you have your card that you need to tap to get in the bus, right? So what this guy was doing, he had his card and he was just paying people, like people were paying. So if you wanted to take the bus, it was, I think at that time it was $2. No, I think it's closer to $3, 3 something, but whatever. You were paying him, he was giving you his card, you tapped it, and he had a few cards just in case someone stole it. But he tapped it, like you would get his card, tap it, either you would do that or he would come with you. So he had 2 cards, you would tap the card, he taps his cards, and then he take the cards back and he get out of the bus. Or if it was someone who really knew him, he just gave him the card back from the back door of the bus, right? So to make it simple, he was doing arbitrage with bus fare. So you were just paying him $1 instead of paying $2 inside of the bus, and you could get in the bus, right? So I learned more about arbitrage by watching what this guy was doing than what I learned from $1 million sellers on Amazon. I really learned more, and going back on it, and I was thinking about that when I was driving earlier today, and I really learned more about this whole concept of arbitrage by just watching this guy. And I used to take the bus with this guy because he used to live, if you know Miami, he lived in Overtown, and my school was in downtown Miami. I went to Miami-Dade College for 2 years. And I used to take the bus with that guy, and I learned so much more about business and about arbitrage specifically by just watching that guy. And it's just a testament of how you can learn, like you can learn from anybody. And those big sellers need to stop being butthurt, because I get really I get really tired of this. Like it's like this is what the climate on Twitter has been. A lot of those sellers are butthurt because either they do not know how to create an audience and they have a really hard time doing it, and they say like, why does this guy have 50,000 followers and he's only making 1 million a year? I'm right here making 5 times that, 10 times that, and I have a hard time. Like, you just suck at creating content. You just suck at building an audience. It's fine, but do not be butthurt if someone is doing it, is not doing anything bad. No, of course there's a lot of people doing bad stuff with that, but those guys are not doing anything bad. They are just building an audience and sharing what they do. That's it. And same thing for you. If you want to do it, just do it. Okay, do not be scared because you're not making it. You have something valuable to share. So if you do share it, you have a special perspective on the stuff. Like I have some people that told me, hey, I watched this person, I bought this course, but your perspective helped me understand some concept better. Even if for some of those sellers, from some of those other sellers that they watch, even if I make way less money than these other sellers. So to end this video, you can learn from, do not get shamed into learning one way. It's fine if you do not learn from the best seller in the world. It's fine. You can learn from anybody. And it does not mean that you should learn only from me, but learn from, like, go around, see, check all the people talking about Amazon, see who you resonate the most with. And it's not going to be the same person for everybody. It's just not going to be the same person for everybody. See who you resonate more with, go with that person, watch their content. If it's me, I appreciate it. If it's not me, that's fine. And for the other Amazon seller, for the other Amazon content creator, do not get butthurt if someone does not want to follow you. If someone does not resonate with what you're saying, it's fine. Like, stop being so self-centered. It's totally fine. People are gonna like different people. It's okay. Just get better at what you do. Share your story. Maybe people are going to resonate with you. And I'm sorry. And for you guys, go with who you resonate most with, but check, do not stick with just one content creator. Check all of them, or check a couple of them and see what each person is saying, and take something from here, and this is how you're gonna learn. And this applies to any subject. Never stick with just one teacher. Because because it can happen that, even myself, it can happen that I say something that is maybe not correct, that I believe to be correct. But this can happen with the best seller in the world as well. So always check multiple sources, try to see what's working for you, what's not working, because two things can be true at the same time as well. Check what's working for you, apply it, and start making some money. So if you watch until the end, I really appreciate you, because I talked for 20 minutes. So I don't even know if only like one person is gonna watch this video until the end, but if you did, I really appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow for a new video.